Have you ever stopped and considered the impact of the food on your plate?
Where does it come from, and what effect does it have on the planet? Is it sustainable?
These are all questions that the 2025 to 2030 Dietary Guidelines for Americans fail to consider.
Led by Department of Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., these new guidelines promote eating what they call real food, placing an emphasis on consuming red meat and other animal products.
With 99% of all farm animals in the U.S. coming from confined animal feeding operations that already contain over 1.7 billion animals, these new dietary guidelines support an animal agriculture industry that is deeply harmful to our environment. CAFOs pose significant problems for the planet's well-being due to their unstable models.
Animal agriculture uses nearly 70% of farmland. Much of this was deforested to make way for CAFOs, accelerating biodiversity loss and extinctions. Cattle, in particular, produce large amounts of methane, a very potent greenhouse gas that drives global warming.
In addition, runoff from CAFOs causes water pollution and eutrophication. Dairy milk also uses more land and fresh water, causes more greenhouse gas emissions, and accelerates eutrophication more than any type of plant-based milk combined.
CAFOs are often located in marginalized communities, underscoring this as an environmental justice issue as well.
How do we combat the environmental issues of our unsustainable agriculture industry?
We stop CAFOs, starting by rejecting the 2025 to 2030 Dietary Guidelines for America's emphasis on red meat and animal products. Real food should be backed by real science, climate science.
To change the unsustainable policy at the federal level, we must write letters to the Department of Health and Human Services, demanding that they remove red meat from their dietary guidelines. We must also urge them to release an environmental impact report of their dietary guidelines and bring back plant-based proteins and dairies to the food recommendations.
At the state level, we must push for regulations on CAFOs, pollution, and greenhouse gas emissions. At the local level, we must demand that school lunch programs, which are directly influenced by the federal dietary guidelines, include more plant-based protein and dairy options.
Together, let's get real with plant foods.